Hey there, it's EnderVerse. Whoa boy, another late month wrap up. You know what that means? It means I will starve this month, but more importantly, it means this list is full of surprises and huge releases. One in particular is a mod of the decade, if I may call it so. Also, I've got some roleplays for you boys to enjoy. So if you are into short films, you will not only be getting a few awesome mods to add to your mod pack, but also get to watch some cringy cinematic movies while at it. Now without any further ado, let's dive into the video. Tree physics isn't your typical tree harvester mod. It's different in appearance and functionality too. Trees will now have interactive physics with gratifying visual effects of dust and a crisp sound effect for the fall. Having felled the tree, it remains physical still, as you will be moving it around as you slumber. The mod is only runnable on 1.21.1. I don't know the author's plans regarding the ports, but a sulfur port and a 1.20.1 Forge port would expand this mod's audience tremendously. Though that wouldn't technically be possible since this mod is based on Sable. But should Sable port to newer versions or backport to 1.20.1 Forge, this mod will surely follow.
Stand ready for my arrival, worm.
This next mod will allow you to become a Viltrumite, and let me just say, the experience here was freaking rad. You can of course fly, and the longer you fly, the faster you get, and the more distractive the collision becomes. Eventually you begin to heat up and turn yellow hot, and any surface you touch explodes. You can also perform dangerous attacks like dashing, punching, and my favorite of all, grabbing a mob and smashing buildings with it. I've never had this much fun playing a mod in a very long time. The author really gave it their all in terms of the VFX and the sounds. You can feel the impact from every attack, and this is a work in progress project, so you can expect more attacks to be covered in the future. So Shrimple will add two deadly ocean creatures to Minecraft, the crayfish and the man-eater shell. First one is the crayfish. At first glance, I'm sure all of you Elden Ring players will recognize this large lobster. It was inspired by the monster within said game, and just like its original counterpart, it can be a heck of a challenge. Their HP is that of a boss, and they execute so many different attacks, melee and ranged. The worst part is, they are found randomly in the world, so you wouldn't even get the chance to prepare. Upon death, you can expect to have some shrimp for dinner, and really, not always, it's claws, which will allow you to craft the crayfish's clawbuster, a powerful weapon that will send your enemies flying, as well as having a special charge right-click ability. The man-eater shell earned its name as it can be found with a mouthful of heads. The attacks of this monster are explosive, and upon death it drops a Persian stone, an item useful for, well, nothing. It's still not implemented yet. Now look, it took a lot of discipline not to glaze the animations and the textures, so can I? Okay, they're awesome, man. How the man-eater's legs and mouth move so smoothly, and crayfish's textures, dang, I nearly lost it trying to ignore those. Man, do I love it when authors take care of their animations and textures. Keep it up, boys. Alright, to the next mod now. After 7 years, we finally have an unofficial port for the Primitive Mobs mod. This mod was way ahead of its time. It added so many different mobs, each with a special ability. You can expect to meet hostile creatures like new creeper variants, goblins and trolls, harpy birds that will lift you and throw you to your death, flying bugs, and so many more mobs to be aware of. You could also meet peaceful creatures like the chameleon, which can be found in the wild. They blend perfectly with the block beneath them, and when killed, they drop the camouflage dye, which can be used to craft a camouflage armor. And as the name suggests, it adapts to the color of the block beneath you. Apart from the animations, which are a little old, this mod still holds its own against the modern standards. I recommend you give it time to stabilize. Right now I did encounter some crashes and performance issues, so it's worth noting. Modular Backpacks, although a highly saturated type of mods, manage to stand out. Firstly, there are over 8 unique models you can install on your mod pack for special functions. There are cooking and farming pots that enable you to cook or even grow food on your backpack, the quiver, which not only store your arrows but also imbue them with the effects if you add a suspicious stew in it, and the climbing gear, which allows you to cling to walls and double jump on them, so it can be quite essential for climbing mountains. You could even enchant the backpack. Enchants like linking will keep the backpack equipped even after you die, and ones like back protection reduces damage received from behind. Furthermore, you can trim and dye your backpack to further personalize it, in addition to being able to access it directly through your inventory instead of pressing a button, or worse, placing it down. You really need to try this mod out. It's one of the most convenient backpack mods I've ever tried, and I have tried a lot, so take my word for it, friend. How would you like to get abroad a plane with a friend, fight a robotic invasion together, or even cut up a Kraken guard and enjoy calamari for dinner? You can do this and a lot more for a price that starts as low as $3 per month. With Pine Hosting you get that and a nice 30% off when you use my code ENDER. Any mod pack you have in mind, either in CurseForge or ModRent, can be installed with one click. And in keeping with the website, you can easily monitor your server, configure your world, as well as adding and removing mods or maps just like that. Using Pine Hosting, you could enjoy a stress-free experience. Your server is equipped with high-end Ryzen processors, high-frequency RAM, the fastest M.2 SSDs, and automatic as well as manual backups to allow for experimentation. Should you face any issues, even ones related to the mod pack itself, the support will be there to help you. For the ping, it's relatively stable and low, and I'm not saying this from Western perspective. I'm an African dude, the continent with the slowest internet on Earth, and yet I get 60 or less ping. By using my code ENDER, you not only get 30% off, but you also get more videos in the future. If not for you boys, and for sponsors like Pine Hosting, I'd never be able to do this full time. Thanks a lot, and let's go back to modding now.
Good morning, girl. Dog said they can walk again. We fly again. This time for good, girl.
Gramps, please don't do it! You can't fly! Last time you barely survived!
Last time it was wind. I need to account for hurricanes. I will walk this time, Eve boy. You'll see. I'll fly amongst the clouds. Alright, girl. Come on. Let's get it.
Grandpa, no, please don't! Gramps! Oh god. Somebody please call an ambulance, oh sh...
Eve boy. Is that you? Did you see me, boy? I flew. I was among the clouds. In heaven.
Grandpa, please don't talk. You will survive. You'll get through this, please. Just... God, no. Oh no. Try your best. Try and get us a working plane. I'll make sure it wasn't for nothing. I promise you this. Alright, here, there, go. Damn, there are lots of books in here. Gravity, air resistance, okay. Almost there. Whew, it's here. This could have taken years. Thankfully, the old man was already deep into his research, but it's finally done. It's a Bruce Goose. My grandpa's finest invention. Alright, girl. Let's go. Alright. Yeah. We're in the air. Damn. No. Come on, you piece of junk. Lift. God damn it. Oh, shit. I'm not dead. Yes. Heck yeah, see that, Grandpa? I did it! I flew! Create Aeronautics is undoubtedly the fastest growing mod in recorded history. The mod was released a little over a month ago and already has 3 million downloads. Create Aeronautics came in to introduce extremely realistic physics surrounding vehicles of all kinds, most notably the aircraft. The authors introduced the 4 forces of flight, those being the drag, lift, thrust, and gravity. You will now have to balance all forces to fly successfully. The implementation of this mod is unbelievable. The animations are fabulous, and the depth of this mod is seemingly bottomless. So make sure you don't miss out on this experience. Mofu's Subnauticraft was released to simulate the new game, Subnautica 2. You can now cruise the deep ocean using sea modes, but be advised you will have unpleasant company. Going deep enough, you could stumble across the Reaper Leviathan. This is a long and big monster. It bites into your sea mood, eventually dismounting you and killing you. I have to admit, Mofu's design for this thing was awesome. The Leviathan features several sections allowing for a flexible model. The sounds and animations are also top tier and portrays this beast in the most accurate way. Right now there is no functionality or progression for the mod. It's only there for show and experimentation. But judging from the original game, we can expect more and more features from Subnautica. Modest Mining is a mod expanding upon the smelting and forging in Minecraft. The whole mod surrounds this new workbench called the Forge. In it, you could put ores in a specific order to smelt a new kind of alloy, Prismarite. This metal can be an alternative to netherite, being just as strong, though only requiring prismarine crystals, gold ingots, and pearls, new items obtained from killing the clams deep in the ocean. The Forge can also help you craft completely new weapons like katanas, glaives, hammers, and more. Needless to say, they can be crafted in all materials starting from iron all the way to prismarite. Forging aside, the author also expanded the archaeology side of the game, adding new suspicious blocks like suspicious dirt and suspicious stone, the latter requiring a chisel to be excavated. This mod features a lot more expansions and fully fledged content, and is one of the most vanilla friendly options for smithing and archaeology. This next mod adds so many different structures inhabited mainly by Illagers. The author was quite creative in where and how they designed these buildings. You may come across submarines resting at the bottom of the ocean, metal smelteries with canes and forges, isolated icy outposts in the ice spikes, and plenty more. The person who made this mod is the same author behind Dawn of Time mod, so you can expect your modded blocks to be injected into these structures for a more integrated look. I hope the author would comment here and confirm either they will add or not add them. If anyone installed the mod and the new update came out adding new blocks to the structures, I'm pretty sure it will cause world corruptions. No, please don't! Year 2210. The end of the world was brought upon us by robots. Over 765 million of them currently roam and terminate people in the streets. In the middle of it all, in this curious new world, one robot rose with an iron fist. Literally. His name is Realm Warden. Initially developed consciousness and the ability to build more robots and control all of them. If there is hope, it lies with the destruction of Project Realm Warden. EEEAB's mobs recently included a new robotic boss called the Realm Warden. The author nailed the VFX. You will notice some breathtaking details like steam going out of the boss's back, new explosion and projectile effects, as well as fascinating pixel art and block crash visuals for every single attack. The battle against this boss is very intuitive. You'll be dodging rockets and the Warden's fist the whole time, but there are also special attacks where you will need to run as far back from the Warden as possible. Defeating the Realm Warden grants a score and a few ingots too, either of which can be combined to assemble some rad tools and weapons. I'm glad the author is back to action. I'd only wish they are working to finalize the inclusion of the Immortal, a boss that is currently present on the mod but only summonable through commands or spawn eggs. Having a lore for it would perfect this mod. Aquatic Plus is a special new mod which overhauls ocean ecosystems on Minecraft. The mod adds over 30 new species of fish to encounter. The special thing about it are the realistic behaviors of some of these creatures. Parrotfish, for instance, lives for the purpose of coral regrowth, as it cleans up reefs from obstacles, making room for new ones to sprout out. There are also a few species you can saddle and ride like the manta rays, as well as variants that are protective and will attack guardians on sight. The drops from these creatures can be used to craft new weapons, including swords, tridents, and bows. I really like how the author went with a special and less detailed appearance. I wouldn't be bold as to say it made it feel like a natural update, but definitely kept things simple. Untagged and Untitled introduces 9 new dimensions to visit. Although there is no particular purpose here, the mod does lean towards horror. Exploring these new dimensions, you can have the misfortune of meeting some of the hostile mobs here. There are ones that will attack on sight and are near impossible to shake off, as well as mobs that act friendly until they're not. I loved pixel art with textures, as well as the sound designs too. The author also coded some awesome functionalities like confetti cannons, potions that enlarge mobs, an automatic weapon, and a microphone too. As you probably could tell, this mod isn't yet finished. I had to write a command to get here, and the author recommends that you don't add this mod to your wall just yet, since it can corrupt it. But in the near future, we could expect a full Sable release, so make sure to follow the author in CurseForge to be notified about it. Up next we have Amputation Reborn. This mod worked to improve upon the Amputation mod. Now when you slash mobs, some of their limbs will be severed. It will reach the point where the mob is crawling towards you with no legs. The amputation here isn't random. You aim at a mob's head, you will behead them. Aim at their chest, you will cut off their arms. Aim at their legs and they will be halved. The amputated parts will also have a collision of their own, adding up to the gruesome and realistic theme of the mod. This mod has been designed with care. I never expected a name-based amputation system, and little blood particles are simple enough to be integrated into the vanilla game. Previously on Monster Hunter. Oh no. I can't believe I had my butt kicked and for nothing. The old man will have a lot of explaining to do. Just need me to die, you goofy old man? I barely survived the Hell Knight God.
Relax, man. You're more focused on rent, remember?
You didn't tell me I was 70 feet tall. Do I look like Levi to you?
What's been done cannot be undone. And from what I heard, you managed to bring him to his second phase. Or that I can give you 10% about a great price.
You knew he can revive? Well, let's see if you can too, old man.
Oh, chill, man. How does a quick ocean expedition for 10,000 coins sound?
Expedition?
A transit ship was supposed to arrive a week ago. The Emperor is offering 10,000 for anyone who can retrieve the goods from the ship.
What about the crew?
No ship was ever that late, man. Unlikely swimming with the fishes by now.
And I'm supposed to believe it's a storm that drowned the transit ship.
You're supposed to believe in the money I'll be giving you. Also, there's a compensation for the damage you took.
Fair, man. I'll set sail on the morrow. Okay. Red stripes, red flag, white sails. This must be it. But I thought it was drowned. Hey man, I was commissioned to... God! That was close. Skeletons? What in God's name happened here? Well, at least I won't be worrying about passengers now. Let's check the cargo. I'm killing that bounty monster. Boss's Rise was recently updated to feature a new boss, the Kraken. This boss is embedded into a ship you can find randomly in the world. Once spawned, this boss will slam you with its tentacles, dealing a huge amount of damage. The winning strategy here is to shoot it with the ship's cannons, but you see, the Kraken knows about this strategy, so it will protect them, wrapping its tentacles around it. So make sure you hurt the Kraken just enough for it to let go of the cannons. Then go to town on him. Cannons will sap its health quickly, but it won't be long before the Kraken enters its second phase, grabbing the cannons again, revealing its head, and becoming... What you want to do is damage its tentacles again for it to let go of the cannons. But this time, you want to aim at the head, not the tentacles. The Kraken is pretty much seafood by the time you shoot it, as it will keep fainting over until it's dead. Winning against the Kraken will grant you its suit, useful for crafting 2 new weapons with awesome abilities. What am I? Last thing I remember getting crushed by that Kraken. Great. Now I have no money, 1 eye, and I'm stuck here because of your daddy! After so many months, Spawn was finally updated. This one is undoubtedly the largest patch ever. The author added 6 new biomes in the form of desolate islands with volcanic craters, as well as whole ecosystems including tide pools, seagrass meadows, and more. These new places are rife with unique and unusual creatures. There are crabs that can trap you in bubbles, sea cows that you can milk, seals that will give you a ride if you feed them, unique species of birds, some of them even swim and breathe on their own, along with stranded underwater creatures that you can awaken. There are also aggressive mobs like the Firekeepers, which are the results of volcanic eruptions. Apart from being gratifying on its own, this adventure will leave you with a handful of useful items, including, but not limited to, crab claws that can generate bubbles, and new boots that have a jump boost ability. If you've been wanting an ultimate survival island experience, look nowhere else, man. This is the mod for you. Listen, Frank. I want to repeat myself. Pineapples shouldn't be added on pizza. After having disabled fire damage on the vanilla game, which everyone does to keep their sanity, lightning loses its eminence on the game. This mod came to change that. From now on, any piece of equipment you wear can have a certain level of conductivity. If you are wearing a full netherite set, for instance, you are most certainly going to attract lightning bolts, and you could tell when you are about to get electrocuted, as lightning particles will begin to form around you. And just as metallic equipment and tools are conducive, leather armors are entirely immune to any type of current. Should you get struck by lightning while wearing them, you'd receive no damage whatsoever. But of course, you wouldn't want to be on leather armors at all times. That'd be more dangerous than lightning itself. What you want to do instead is either brew potions of lightning resistance, which you can slurp during thunderstorms, or enchant your helmet with Thunder Helm. You will be immune to electricity either way. The author also added a brand new advancement tab dedicated to lightning, making it a lot easier and also more enjoyable to explore all new features about lightning. It's rare, if at all, that you see a 1.16.5 mod being showcased in 2026. However, the PortalMod is an exception here. This project has been 4 years in making and is entirely dedicated to recreating the original game by Valve. Playing this mod, you would experience portal guns like never before. The physics are so real, and you could see yourself to the other side. What made this mod special aren't just the guns, but the packaging as a whole. The authors designed new blocks and entities that will allow you to recreate the entire world of the Portal game. Right now there are no test chambers to visit, but there are plenty of showcasing maps to download. I'll link one of them in the description. The final outcome was well worth the 4 years of production. The animations of the portals are dazzling, the sounds are also immersive, and the pixel art here is fine and pleasant. I don't know if the authors are planning it, but I would really love if the mod was ported to newer versions. It would be a much needed addition in some sci-fi mod packs. The Roads More Traveled is a revolutionary atmospheric mod. It makes it so that the roads you walk on erode over time, forming a path and adding the element of time to Minecraft. Each surface erodes differently, and you can reverse the erosion of dirt with bone meal, while sand erosions typically cover up on their own. This is one of the best atmospheric mods to try out, up there with immersive weathering. Try both and see what you come up with. Though keep in mind Roads More Traveled doesn't have a built-in compatibility with it as of now, and thus the immersive weathering blocks won't erode at all. Focus is a combat-related mod. During battle, you can now lock into enemies, allowing for easier aim when playing on third-person view. You can also change the target easily, as well as the shoulder you are aiming from. This mod is perfect for Souls-like mod packs, making you less dependent on first-person view. Just make sure not to join any PvP servers with this mod on. It can get you insta-banned, as it's basically an auto-aim. This mod will allow you to farm plants and fight zombies. As simple as, but the authors designed so many different mechanics for the plants you can farm, as well as modeling the zombies around the vanilla zombies, which made it suitable for vanilla plus mod packs. The goal here is to farm the plants and scatter them around your base. Sooner or later, a zombie raid will occur, and you will need enough plants to repel them. Each zombie here is different in shape and ability, and some of them will require a specific type of plants to be killed. So make sure you diversify your line of defense, or else the zombies will win and take over your base. This mod is a perfect recreation of the original game, and opposite to the Portal mod, you can add it alongside other mods and even on the latest version of the game. Another fantasy mod is Fangs and Claws. With this mod installed, your world will be filled with dangerous monsters based on different folklores. Every mob here is special in some way. The goblins, for instance, are weak on their own, but are social predators, so you will often have to fight the whole pack, not just the individual goblin. Another small but special mob is the Ghost. This monster can follow you anywhere as it can pass through solid surface, loyal to real-life ghosts. Small mobs aside, there are plenty of foes that are roughly your size, most prominently the werewolf. This is perhaps the most dangerous of all mobs, as it can disguise itself as a villager, only revealing its true form during nighttime. When bitten by the werewolf, you will experience the bleeding effect, for you will begin to lose health passively no matter how good your gear is. The best weapon to kill a werewolf is silver, a new material you'll have to harvest and forge. You can use normal materials, but silver is most effective. And finally, we'll move on to huge monsters. My favorite being the owlbear. This behemoth can be found in the forest. It's so big and very fast too. It can dive at you and stun you. Such an attack can leave a dent even with netherite equipment. So be careful, my friend. These creatures are not just a thrilling fight, but also a reward well earned. You'll be getting your hands on bear traps, scorpion armors, catching claws, and the list goes on. There are plenty of other mobs aside from the examples I mentioned, so if you are into fantasy theme, this mod will solidify the experience and give you and your friends an epic fantasy adventure. Tempestra is a mod which improves the visuals of the lightning bolts in Minecraft. They will now appear more detailed and randomized, as well as featuring beautiful color tints and extra VFX when they hit the ground. The mod can be both client-sided and server-sided. On its client-sided form, it will only improve the visuals of the lightning. When installed on the server, however, it will make thunderstorms a lot more dangerous, featuring more frequent lightning bolts, as well as the possibility to die instantly if struck. You can use this mod with other weather-altering projects such as rain particles, immersive thunderstorms, and really any other mod that doesn't interfere with the lightning bolts themselves. I've wanted such a VFX mod for the longest time. I'm glad it's finally here, and I'd only wish the author would port it to newer versions. Now I would immediately add it to my Fresh and Smooth mod pack. Up next we have a combination of mods that add Ragdolls but in different ways. First is Sable Corpse. This one will add an everlasting ragdoll behind every time you die. This ragdoll is fully physical, but surprisingly functional still, as you can take your stuff from it, after which it will evaporate. The second mod is Sable Reaction. This one is a funny one. Now whenever you take non-lethal damage from specific events such as explosions and Elytra damage, you will faint over or launch to the sky. This mod is fully configurable, so you can change the values exactly to your liking. And finally, we have the base mod required for both of these add-ons, Sable Player Ragdolls. This one doesn't do much on its own, but it allows you to ragdoll on command using a specific hotkey, which can be quite hilarious when playing with friends. Sable has changed the modding scene forever, so expect more and more Sable physics mods to be released in the near future. Next up we have an incredible new mod called Interactive Foliage. As the name suggests, every time you pass through foliage of any kind, it will move over according to your hitbox. This awesome visual effect applies to other entities and even to items too. This mod is immersive and it will help you get stunning graphics without the need for any shaders. But should you prefer shaders, this effect will work with them nonetheless, making the experience all the more gratifying. Next up we have a creative performance mod with a very simple functionality. With this mod installed, every time your FPS go below a certain point, your render distance will lower, ensuring you have the most balanced experience in terms of visuals and frame rates. If you don't like the base settings for the mod, you can always open this menu and choose the minimum and maximum FPS for the dynamic render distance to kick into action. Yet another Gravestone is a mod with a deceptive name. I'm saying this because it's not just another Gravestone mod. Now whenever you die, a Gravestone will form at the spot of your death. But the special about it is A, the textures and the models of the Gravestone which look fabulous and even adapt to the biome, and B, the ghost creatures that you can find roaming around your grave. These are tameable and breedable creatures that will protect you from hostile mobs. You can also take the Gravestone block and use it to decorate your home. The designs are great, but are also quite faithful to the vanilla color palette, so it will fit right in. Fresh Loot Highlight tells you about every item you've just picked up as well as the quantity of it. The mod will also add an indicator over items you didn't check yet or items you've never picked up before. The mod is simple and useful. I'd only wish the author would port it to Forge or NeoForge. So many RPG mod packs can have a truck ton of new items. Having a mod like this can be quite convenient and informational. MobSpawnSwitch is a new performance mod. You can now open this menu where you can search any mob by name or category and choose to tweak so many different settings about its spawning or remove it altogether from the game. I recently made a Dungeons mod pack and admittedly it used to have so many redundancies. This mod helped me a lot in clearing out duplicate mobs, so I'm sure it will be of help to you too if you are developing your own pack. Nearing the end, we have a mod which adds two types of Scabbards to the game. These Scabbards can be equipped on a cuirass slot and used to sheath and unsheath any sword using R on your keyboard. Even modded swords are supported too. There's also another type of Scabbard that can hold not just swords but any other tool. You can dye these Scabbards and they're surely to add a Monster Hunter feel to Minecraft. And finally, we have a very simple mod which will allow you to stop the Elytra by slowing down instead of having to perform a full rotation to break the speed. This mod can be used in public servers, though make sure that you tell the admin about it. If someone saw you slowing down with the Elytra like that, they could assume you're a hacker and ban you. Also, you can press the brakes simply by pressing shift on your keyboard. Thanks for watching. In the last mod wrap-up, we explored the Biohazard mod, a mod which will give you a girlfriend, a mod which allows you to tame dinosaurs, the story of Saru the monkey, and much more. So make sure to check it out. Also, don't forget to use Pine hosting for your next modded server or vanilla server update server. You'll be getting 30% of your first month, as well as supporting the development of the EnderVerse channel. And for that, I am eternally grateful. Subscribe and turn on the bell if you love what I do, and I'll see ya in the next one, my friend.